Pause. Oh, cute. Pause. Oh, what a cute cat. So cuddly, little groom. Got pickles in your fur, you little cat. I got one of these g'day viewers, I got one of these Chinese clone magic bullets. This is a Chinese spin-off to the magic bullet that used to be advertised on TV. This is a spin-off of the same thing. And this is very cheaply made. You run this thing longer than 10 seconds, you start to smell motor burn out. That's how cheaply made this thing is. It smells like a gunpowdery brush commutator smell, a hot commutator smell. There you go. No smoke, it just smells like it's getting a bit hot. Not very good. I'm going to try some... How well this thing can blend crap. Now this is a bit damaged anyway. Which is a damaged one, this one here I think. Maybe pull it apart and put a custom O-ring in it. Spider ring and skin in there. Just cheap nasty stuff. I did the job there. That one there's a cheap one. Let's finish that one now off. I made good soups and stuff and fruit milkshakes and whatnot. Made it unscrew this part, put silicone in there because it cracked and it leaked. And that was of normal use. Anyway, chuck that on top. Well, what can my magic bullet if that thing's got enough power to do it? This might be a bit juicy, won't it? Empty ink cartridge. LEDs in there. A little chip that tells the printer that this is empty. So we'll put that in. Have a bit of a yellow ink cartridge smoothie here. Will this cheap Chinese thing have enough strength and power to blend? Let's give it a go. Or I'll just sit there and break the blender apart, or just burn it out. Get messy. Unplug safety first. Man, the motor doesn't smell bad at all. Look at that. All the ink sponge and everything. A cheap Chinese hunk of garbage has enough power in the motor and strength in that mechanism without breaking it to pieces to cut that up. Not bad. Okay, 250 watt motor. Always unplug safety first from outlet when not in use. Never try to override or tamper with motor. The base or interlock mechanism. Do not operate continuously for more than 1 minute at a time. Do not immerse the main body in water. Unplug before inserting the moving parts. Oh, this is no chinklish there. It's a screwdriver handle in the motor shaft so you can turn it if it gets seized. But yeah, if you run this thing for longer than a minute, it will get stupidly hot. It's just how cheaply made this thing is. One of those blenders where you just press it like that and you just go in short bursts. You would have seen these on TV a million times. Not designed to be run for long periods at all. But the Ninja one's pretty much the same thing they got now, so this is just an older version of that. A spin-off of the real thing, but it does the job. Until this base cracked and started leaking a bit in the food. But after that print cartridge blend up, there's no damage. It all washed off, you wouldn't even know. Cleaned up very nicely. Okay, I got the Wi-Fi working on this thing properly now. Still can't find out why the motherboard's turning itself on. I think I'm going to try the CMOS battery trick next. Pull the CMOS battery out and test it. It might be getting a bit low. As a wire, the motherboard is still powering itself back on after I shut the machine down. Power options are right how it should be. It turns off and stays off according to Windows. Check the BIOS, made sure that the power option was set to power off. Restore power after AC power loss is set to off by default, so it shouldn't turn back on, but it still is. So next thing I will check the BIOS battery. Apparently if the BIOS battery is a bit low, the motherboards can do that. And not actually tell you that the battery is getting a bit low. CMOS battery that is. Anyway, it's good to get 5 more years out of this operating system. The only thing you don't get is Microsoft Security Essentials support on this thing anymore. That hack doesn't work in Microsoft Security Essentials, unfortunately, so I have to find an alternative that's really good for this operating system of antivirus software. I've also got another idea. If I can modify this, take that shaft off if this thing burns out eventually, make sure, I don't know how I'm going to make do some sort of an adapter to adapt that to that little motor. Imagine that. That'd be a good blender motor. Make a machine up a shaft or something. Somehow I can stick that coupler on it and make it all nice and straight. That'd be a good blender motor. Oh, off one of those bad boys. It's got enough torque for something like that, so it shouldn't do too much damage. It's just the tricky part is machining up a shaft and getting it all straight. Yep. Yeah, you've got to have an SSD. Boy. This is the only computer that I have that has a hard drive instead of an SSD, and that I'm not going back to hard drives again for operating systems. Windows XP must govern these bloody Wi-Fi dongles down, because when I put this thing as it is in there in the back, it picks up the ladder but won't connect to it. It's too weak. But on this one, yeah, no worries. So I'm going to put it out here, outside, and then for this Windows XP to actually connect. Yeah, Windows XP must govern the amplifier when the dongle down too much. Yeah, as you see, some of the updates don't work, but the important ones do. So you can still get updates. Yeah, failed. Oh well. But at least you can still get some support for this thing, and you get good 5 more years of use out of this thing. There we are. Yeah, it's stronger than that. It's about 68% or so on the Windows 7. So yeah, XP must govern the receiving power down. It's a bit annoying. It's normally faster than this 2 XP on this machine. Interesting. I might do a defragment in the hard drive, since the hard drive wasn't a clean format to begin with. It's a clean install, but it's not a clean format. Oh, one worked. Some do and some don't. XP embedded. Yeah, I think XP embedded are gone, but POS is pretty much the same thing anyway, so at least they work. And there you go, security updates too. Beautiful. There you go, Windows XP is still much more usable. Microsoft don't recommend it because it could cause instability issues and everything, but frightened pan obsolescence, why not? Anyway, I'll get this thing up to date and have a bit more fun on it. That'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.